It is time for March Madness, and we're not just talking about the action on the basketball courts. Every spring, a nationwide effort gets underway to recruit new precipitation observers. So let the rain gauge games begin.
No, we've got such a big country, and even in Pennsylvania, you have a lot of counties out there. The more observers we have, it's like pixels on a camera. The better picture you get of what fell where.
More than 26,000 observers, all volunteers, currently make up the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network, also known as CoCoRaHS. CoCoRaHS is a well-established citizen science campaign, providing the general public with a direct pipeline to working with professionals in all sectors of the meteorology field. It builds scientific curiosity and understanding while also filling a vital role at the same time.
I think that one of the key things is people get a chance to give something back. So they're out there, they're making an observation, citizen science, I can participate at home. You may not think, wow, what does my observation mean? It can really mean a lot to fill in where we don't have observations. It is a great chance, too, for somebody who, say, want to be a meteorologist, but they never got to go to school. And this is a chance where they can come and actually participate.
There are currently about 500 active CoCoRaHS stations across the Keystone State. And while that might sound like a large number, believe it or not, it is not nearly enough.
So a lot of times we may have them clustered in certain places, but in rural spots there's not as many. The more dense the population, the better picture we get of how much rain fell, because precipitation is very variable, and so it can be different on one side of the street and 3 blocks over what fell in that area.
Reporting how much rain or snow fell in your backyard is very important, but it goes above and beyond just that. For example, when a deep snowpack is on the ground, knowing how much liquid is locked up in that snowpack can be critical for hydrologic purposes.
Say we have a rain event that comes on top of that, or there's melt that comes really quickly. That will give them an idea of how much water will probably go into that river or watershed, and they can kind of mitigate some of the consequences of that downstream.
And what about the H in CoCoRaHS? CoCoRaHS observers have the ability to report hail size and duration during thunderstorms, information that would otherwise be a low-confidence inference.
Well, especially for hail, we wouldn't know it fell in certain areas, and by having those observers out there, they're able to validate a lot of times what radar may pick up and so forth. And so, or if there's hail coming, they can do a hail report, and then the Weather Service is able to put out warnings.
Regardless of the precipitation type or amount, every CoCoRaHS report gets seen and used by a multitude of people every day.
You bet. They're ingested into all different products and stuff out there. They're looked at by many, many folks. It just doesn't go to a book on the shelf somewhere. So when you make that observation at home, be assured that there are plenty of people out there that are using it.
And that includes reporting zeros on days that nothing happened at all.
You know, as we do drought monitoring as well, so as to see how many days an area didn't get rain. Zeros are important, and it's good to know where it didn't rain as far as even where it did rain.
According to the National Weather Service River Forecast Centers, more than 75% of the precipitation reports that they rely on come from the dedicated CoCoRaHS volunteers.
By having observers, say, upstream of a watershed or a river, by having them actually observe the precip in real time and reporting that can give lead time for the Weather Service or other organizations to put out flash flood warnings, and so it can save lives. And so by knowing what fell upstream, it gives that extra time.
So if you have long desired to be an active, integral part of the meteorology community, now is the perfect time.
Well, yeah, come one, come all, we're always for that. We'd love to have more people, even if you have a neighbor, you know, half a mile down. It's still important. But again, the central part of the state, we seem to have a big gap. We've got a lot of folks on the east and west side of the state, but we really need more observers in central Pennsylvania.
This spring, a longtime Weather World viewer, who also happens to be a CoCoRaHS observer, has donated 3 official rain gauges to us. If you would like to become a CoCoRaHS observer and join this incredible network of dedicated volunteers, Email me with your intent at the address listed on your screen. The first 3 people to do so will get the official rain gauge for free, shipped directly to your door. At the end of March, CoCoRaHS awards a crown to the state that recruited the most new observers. So let's fill in those gaps and bring the crown to Pennsylvania. Sign up, get a gauge, take some online training, and start reporting. It really is that easy. For Weather World, I'm Ben Reppert.